What is up, everybody? We are back. We are back in action. This is a beautiful thing. Episode 4 of the Elevate Beyond show. I'm your host, Jake Kelfer, and today we are really going to get into it with one of my favorite Trojans, Kari VanHorn. She is an amazing, amazing person. She is a reporter, a host, a ballpark food superfan, which I don't even know what that means for a lot of people, but she always has these most amazing photos of food. We're going to talk about that in a second. But just a reminder for all of you that are tuning in or watching this after we go live, this is a 100% live show. There may be bloopers, there may be technical difficulties, but you know what? We go through, we power through, we elevate, because that's what life is all about. So we are going to get going as soon as Kari joins in on the production. But in the meantime, I just want to give you a couple few updates, a couple quick updates, not a couple few updates. And, you know, I just want to say that for all of you listening and for all of you that are a part of an organization or a program or a family that is just so supportive, I want you guys to tell those people that you appreciate them. You know, with everything that's going on in the world right now, I think it's super important that we focus on tolerance, we focus on acceptance, and we focus on really just loving each other and making the world a little bit better of a place. So take a screenshot, show me that you're listening, post on your stories, and I'm about to bring in Kari, so sit tight. 1 second. This is the exciting part. Love this part. Okay. We're connecting. Everyone, we're about to have the great Kari VanHorn on. How we doing?
So well. How are you?
I am doing great. Now, where are you coming from right now?
I'm inside the newsroom, but I'm in a small production unit that I use. It's an edit bay. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to just jump right in. You know, we were scheduled to go on a little bit earlier today, but shit happens. Life happens. What happened? Tell me about what happened today and how that's part of the job.
Sure, you got to roll the punches, and really when my boss says jump, I say how high / I should have already jumped. So this morning I was at Diamondbacks and talking about rolling with the punches. So what they were doing is they were rolling out all new sod this morning, but it rained all last night, and we're in Arizona. The grass was coming, the turf was coming from Los Angeles. It rained there too, and they couldn't truck it in overnight. So all these media personnel showed up, and there was no turf to be laid out. And so I still stayed and did a story, and you have to figure out what kind of story you're going to do, you know, when you're supposed to have a time lapse of the new, you know, outfield, and there's no new outfield. So I had that first story, and then I got back, and then there was breaking news. There was a dog chase on the freeway. There were 2 dogs that were loose on the freeway, and it took over an hour for people to catch them. So I had to put together a little montage that my boss said, hey, just throw something together really quickly. We can get it up, get views. And then I was getting ready to turn a story I did at spring training yesterday for the Padres for their new spring training menu. And instead, my boss came up to my desk and said, hey, know you're about to skip out, but I need you to go to this luxury mansion that used to be owned by a player that cannot be named yet. And I need you to go scope it out for us and do a live stream and take videos, and we need it for the 10 p.m. So now I'm here. And that was my day.
Wow. So let's recap. We talked about food menu. We talked about raining in in Arizona. We talked about mansions. We talked about everything. Like, that's a crazy day. That's a hectic day.
Yeah.
So I want to know, though, in the short time that we have here together, I want to know what drives you and why do you love telling the story of the media?
Everybody has a story to tell, and it's just so exciting to see what the different experiences everybody has. You know, there's everybody can look at one movie and one scene from a movie, and everybody's looking at something different in the movie. That's why movies have so many layers. That's why writing is rich. That's why there's production value, there's cutaways. And when I tell a story, it's not just my writing that I get to share. I am a writer, editor, reporter, producer. It's how I tell the story. It's the sound bites that I use. It's the sounds that you hear. It's all of the above. And there's just nothing like getting to, I don't know, like transcend that humanness, because everybody is so obsessed with face value right now. And I feel like our culture is really shallow, that any chance you have to dive deep into what makes somebody tick, then that's what it's all about.
And I want to take it to what makes you tick. So what the driving force when you wake up in the morning that gets you out of bed?
Getting to do a dream job that so many people every single day say that they would love to do. This industry is so cutthroat right now that I have so many girlfriends that have been out of work for like a year or 2 years. And you hear about all these series of layoffs, that the fact that I get to do my own stories and my bosses say just run with it because they trust me. It's just, I feel so thankful and so grateful for the opportunity that I have. That how could I not get out of bed? I got to go to a baseball stadium as my office this morning. Of course I'm going to get out of bed.
Right. And then you go to baseball stadiums, you do a lot of reporting in the baseball world. But more than that, you are a ballpark food super fan. How in the world did you become the go-to source for ballpark food in America?
No, it's been an awesome journey. It really started. My dad was a scout for the Brewers and the Red Sox. My younger brother now is AA for the Giants, and my best friend center field for the Yankees. So I was just around baseball all the time, which meant I was eating cold nachos and cold hot dogs every single day. So when ballpark food decided to take it to the next level with all these deep fried layers of meaty and cheesy goodness, I thought, this is awesome. You know, it's like a restaurant, but at the ballpark. And I mean, it's not just sunflower seeds and whatever's clever, you know, and I just thought I'm going to take as many pictures as possible and share them with everybody. And who doesn't love food? It's a natural, like, that driving force. We all have to eat. And whenever it's even fattier or greasier or worse for you, then, you know, or even as big as possible, let me have it. So I started sharing and team started noticing and broke in 2 stories. And I have another scoop that for a story I get to break tomorrow. So I'm really excited about that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I follow all your social platforms and I see all these foods. I'm just like, oh my God, these are incredible. However, most of the foods that you post, I can't even eat. I'm lactose intolerant. So I look at these foods and my mouth waters, and I just hope that someone can enjoy the flavor that I know bringing to people all around the country. It's amazing. But I want to talk about something that is a little bit more on the serious side now. You love your job. You love what you do. You're recently engaged. What do you do, though, when you don't wake up with a smile on your face? What do you do when life throws something at you that you can't predict? How do you overcome adversity or a tough day?
Well, just being a female in the sports industry is tough. So it's really easy to get caught up in negatives. But when I was starting out, one of my mentors said, every no, you're just closer to a yes. Every closed door means you're just that much closer to an open door. And whenever you have hard days, you go home, you get something warm in your stomach and you sit down, you put on your jammies, and you know what, you do something to relax, you breathe, and then you realize, like, hey, I get tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow's another opportunity to, if I don't like what I'm doing, I can reach out to other people who are loving what they're doing. And I cannot begin to tell you, all my jobs have been, I haven't applied for any of my jobs. They've all been recommended to me by people I've met on social media. So reach out to whoever and whomever. I mean, people are just at the bit to help you, and you'd be so surprised who wants to help you. So if you have a bad day, use that energy and channel it towards something much more positive.
Yeah, and I know right now, today's Wednesday. It's hump day at the moment. So for everyone listening right now, we're powering through right now. We're powering through. You know, we're sending our love to you guys. We're sending the positivity. We're sending those vibes from the elevation station right now. And so I've got a couple more questions for you, Kari, but before I go into the final few, I just want to take a second to acknowledge you. We've been friends since our USC days. You're a couple years older than me, and you were just the life of the Sports Business Association. You've been an incredible role model for me to see someone living their dream, but also for so many people across the globe. So I commend you for everything that you've done, and excited to see everything that you're going to do and break all these stories and be the greatest reporter that I can be. So thanks for coming on, and thanks for being a part of this amazing experience.
No, thank you for those kind words. Means right back at you, Jake. Means the world.
Got you, girl. So let's actually, I want to wrap up here with this question, and it may lead to another one. But first of all, where can people find you? Obviously on Instagram, which we are here right now, but where can people find you? What's your social media? What do you recommend?
Sure. All of the above. I'm on everything, and add me on LinkedIn. If you're on LinkedIn, find me on LinkedIn, because when you add me, you can have all of access to all the people that I'm friends with. So do that, because that's a major bonus. But I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, same as my Instagram handle. So it's just right up there, Kari VanHorn, and reach out to me, because I'll reach back out to you.
Awesome. And I know that's true. She is incredible at reaching out and connecting with people. And so to wrap it up, what is your definition of success?
At the end of the day, doing something that will live further than yourself. You know, making sure that at the end of the day, you're always chasing a goal or a dream that's bigger than you. So for me, that's women in sports, women in baseball, and that can live past me. And hopefully I'm making it easier for girls that are coming up and women that are coming up in this industry, so that they don't have as many barriers that they need to break.
And I think you're doing an incredible job. So with that said, Kari, I want to thank you for coming on the show. Everybody who's been here, listening, watching with us, this is episode 4 of the Elevate Beyond Show. I'm your host, Jake Helfer. That's our guest, Kari VanHorn, and we will see you next week on the next episode. Take care, everybody, and have a wonderful rest of your day.